It's time
to fire this thing up.
Hit it. Holy moly! When DeWalt said they were going to send over a few tools to help us out here working on the boats, I had no idea. Hey, well, good deal, you made it. Hi, I'm John Graviscus. It's awesome to have you back in the TV studio / boat shop in Jupiter, Florida. And today what we're going to be taking a look at is, rather than yourself having to go down to the dock, check the boat, maybe in a storm, okay, see if the batteries are working, see if your bilge pump is working. You don't want the boat sinking. We're going to take a look at some unbelievable technology from a group called Siren Marine, to where technology installed on the boat can actually monitor and send that information to you, okay, which is really going to give you some peace of mind. And I'm telling you guys, when you start taking a look at like the ability to start the boat from your iPhone, to start up your gyro, okay, your Seakeeper from your iPhone, you're going to be blown away. But before we get into this new technology, you see, we have to acknowledge all the fabulous companies like DeWalt and everybody else who help make Shipshape TV possible.
Shipshape TV, where boat improvement lives, is made possible by the entire collection of beautiful Sunbrella fabrics. Sunbrella, the only fabric to offer both design and performance above and below deck. And by Yamaha, reliability starts here.
Welcome back. You're watching Shipshape TV, boat improvement made easy.
So yesterday was Sunday. I was in the studio catching up on some paperwork, and I am telling you, it rained non-stop all day, still kind of cloudy. But I got sent a picture of what was happening on the inside of the Alber Brothers boat from my wife. She came down here, and I'm telling you guys, we had just recharged the 2 batteries on it, and the batteries were dead, and that boat was filling up with water, very easily could have sunk, and we dealt with it, okay? But we had to physically go to the boat to monitor what's going on. And what I want to get into now is I want to kind of switch things around. I want my boat to be able to monitor itself and report to me, okay? So I don't have to check, it's checking on it. And that leads us to our next expert guest. This is Dan Harper. And Dan, hello Dan. Dan is the founder and he's the CEO of Siren Marine. And dude, you are like one of the smartest guys I've ever met. You know the stress levels that boaters have, okay? When there's a storm, when there's rain, where, you know, do your batteries, is somebody breaking in, is my boat getting stolen? You've taken all those scenarios and you've created a system, I think you call it the connected boat.
That's right.
To where it can report to you via your cell phone.
Correct.
Rather than you having to monitor the boat. It's a reverse type of situation. Let's talk a little bit about how it works and what all you can kind of monitor to kind of have a very less stressful day.
Absolutely.
Okay, where do we begin? What's this right here?
Let's start with the MTC. So the name comes from Monitor Track Control, and that's the core functionality of the device. This, when it's installed in the boat with just one connection to your battery, which monitors the voltage, and it also charges the internal battery. So if someone actually stole your boat and cut the power, our device would work independently.
Okay, how many different functions will this one MTC monitor on a boat?
Yeah, out of the box with that one connection, it'll monitor your battery level, your geofence, and tracking.
Okay, so 3 different things.
3 different things, but it's not limited to that. As a matter of fact, the options are unlimited when we start to look at all of our wireless and wired sensors.
Okay, you've made it to where you can monitor different things, to where if you have a good chaseway, an open chaseway, you can wire it.
That's correct.
Okay, that's a good solid connection.
Absolutely.
People like that. But also, if you don't, you have a wireless version.
That's right.
Okay, this is wireless right here. Do the batteries hold up?
They do. Actually, we've designed them to work for about 3 years. We recommend that you change them once a year with your annual maintenance, but it gives you a very simple, easy installation from multiple bilges, multiple batteries. I think we're going to do 4 batteries on your boat today.
Okay, very cool. Let's talk about some other stuff that's on the table. This is a basic unit. This is a basic unit. The difference here is you can monitor 2 extra functions with this. This is the MTC plus 2, right?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, how much is just the MTC?
Just the MTC is $599.
Okay, what about with the 2 extra?
The MTC plus 2 comes with 2 extras, well, it comes with 2 sensors, so that out of the box you've got a very complete system ready to go.
Okay, guys, check this out. Okay, this is the orange tells you that it's wireless. Okay, this right here, this is a battery sensor. Okay, key. Could have used that yesterday. All right. Also, bilge pump sensor. Could have used that yesterday.
Absolutely.
Okay, and it's wireless. I see that you have a high water thing. Oh man, on the CV, pan over to the CV. Do you see the front of the center console? Okay, I have a big door that you can open up, and that's where you can get into all of like the electronics.
That's right.
Like if somebody wanted to steal them, they'd go in there and they'd have to unbolt everything.
That's right.
Okay, I would love to have the ability to monitor if that door ever goes open without my knowledge.
Absolutely.
Do you have anything like that?
We have multiple. The wired reed switch,
right?
It's just like the one in your house. If that sliding glass door opens, or if your hatchway opens, it's going to detect that. It's going to send a message and alert right to your phone.
Okay, and then I can either, if I'm at a marina, I can call the dock master.
Absolutely.
Or if it's, I get here, I get to the boat, somebody's going to, get into a little bit of trouble with me on the boat. With that. Okay, let's talk about your temperature probe.
Yep.
Where would you use that?
Yeah, so in Florida and up in the north, 2 very different great use cases. In the north, we're more concerned if the temperatures are getting low and our engine may freeze. We want to deal with that ahead of time. Down here in Florida, if you're taking the family and friends down to the boat, you may want to turn the air conditioning on if you know that the cabin temperature is 100 degrees.
Hold on. You're telling me that where we are, on your smartphone, you could actually start systems, you could actually turn on lights.
Absolutely.
You know how popular these gyros are, the sea heaters?
Absolutely, yeah.
It takes like a half hour to spool up. You could
do that ahead of time.
Spool it up.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is so awesome. Okay, where would you use motion sensors?
So motion detector, these 2 versions are for a cabin inside of a boat. If you, that same boat with the air conditioning in the cabin, if you want to monitor if someone goes into that cabin, these are great solutions for entry detection.
Okay, so these like wireless accessories for monitoring the different things, ballpark, what are we looking at price-wise?
About $120, $125 per sensor.
Dude, I'm telling you, people are going to love this because it's really going to reverse the scare factor. Rather than you having to come down and monitor it yourself, okay, visually, the boat is now monitoring itself and reporting back to you
Peace of mind.
if there's ever a problem.
Absolutely.
Okay. Where can people get more information on Siren Marine? Okay, and where can you buy this stuff?
Yeah, so you can buy this directly off our website at sirenmarine.com. You can go down to your local West Marine, your local ship store. This is stocked really kind of everywhere that there are boats. Our YouTube channel has great videos on how it works, installation.
Hey, speaking of installation.
That's right.
Okay, let's do this. Let's take a real quick time out. But when we come back, let's show you how easy it is to install the connected boat, and we'll cover it right after this word from our sponsors.
Welcome back aboard. Fishing for boat improvement? Well, you caught it right here at Ship Shape TV.
Hey guys, welcome back to Ship Shape TV. I'm Brian Farrell and I'm here with Dan Harper of Siren Marine. The last segment, they went over all the components that we're going to be utilizing on John's 32-foot CV. Dan, let's hop on this boat and you can show me where to get started.
All right, sounds good, let's go.
All right. So we chose this spot on the inside of the console, kind of behind where the Simrad electronics are sitting. What makes this an optimum spot for us?
Great question. So what we're looking for with the MTC is this is a perfect mounting location. It's got fiberglass over top of it, which is fine. Wood and fiberglass are both okay. We like it to be inside a protected area like this. It's actually ideal. And it wants to be mounted in an orientation where it's vertical or flat or anywhere in between that. So that's really a perfect location. There's no metal objects over top of it. It's got a clear path to the sky for GPS and satellite reception. Yeah. And other than that, we found that it had a good access to the batteries, a simple wire run, and those are the real key elements to look for in a mounting location. So what we're going to do next is we've measured the length of cable that we need. The standard cable that comes with the device, it's 7 foot long. Turns out to be the perfect length actually. We measured the lug sizes on the batteries, so we've got the appropriate terminal connectors now, and Brian's going to make those connections, and then we'll run the power wire back to the battery, screw it down on the lugs, and we'll have our power connection made. We've got our wire run from the batteries up to the mounting location. Next thing we're going to do is connect the power cable to the MTC.
Okay.
So we're going to take the cable and we're going to connect it to positive and to common ground.
All right. I see there's there's battery 1 and battery 2.
Yep.
Why we're using, or which one are we using and why?
Great question. So battery 1, that's the required connection, and that's going to charge the internal backup battery.
Within this system?
Within the system, that's right.
Okay.
So if power's completely cut to that system, it'll continue operating off the backup battery.
Okay. How long does that last for?
That lasts up to about 48 hours.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and get this set up then.
Okay, sounds good.
Hooked up to the battery. I've got 2 LEDs on top, a green one and an amberish color, flickering.
Okay, great. So that's a good indication. That lets us know that we've got power, so you've got a good connection to the battery. And when they're blinking like that, they're initially, at the first time you turn it on, it's going to download the latest firmware. It's going to update the system, and then it's going to go through a routine where it's looking for a cellular connection and it's looking for a GPS connection.
Okay.
So when those lights are blinking, it's indicating that it's going through that cycle. When they go solid, that indicates it's locked onto cellular and it's locked onto a GPS fix.
And the whole update's complete. It's got the newest version.
Yep.
Okay. I also see we got an auxiliary 1 and 2 connector. What are they used for? That's
right. So auxiliary 1 and 2 are 5-pin connectors. One of them is for a satellite transmitter that can actually connect the MTC to the satellite constellation for communications. It's totally separate from the GPS position, and the other one is for NEMA 2000. So one of the next features that we'll be releasing, and all MTCs are ready to go with this feature, is we'll be able to interact with any device that's on the NEMA 2000 backbone.
So you can hook it straight into your backbone and get a display on your phone of anything that's wired into it, engine information, and then if you have other instruments, windage and water pressure.
That's exactly right. So any information on the NEMA 2000 backbone is available to the device, and we'll continually be adding to the library of what kind of information devices that we're going to publish to the user interface.
I think it's awesome having that at your fingertips.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
right.
It essentially gives us access to any device on the NEMA 2000 backbone.
It's very cool. What's the next step that we're going to go through?
All right, so the next step is we're going to mount the bracket to the bulkhead, and then we're going to clip it in, and the initial installation is all finished.
Don't sail away. ShipShape TV will be back in a flash. ShipShape TV and its originator is back on the job.
So Brian, we've got the unit installed on the boat. We saw the lights come on, go through their sequence, download the update. So if I click on the app, a couple of things. When the device is just connected to power again, we can see that the position is live, we can see the battery voltage is live, and the ability to go into the position page, turn on the geofence, turn off the geofence, set the geofence parameters, and assign any actions that would happen if the geofence is broken. So I'm going to turn on the geofence. I'm going to go back to the home page, and I'm going to zoom in, and what we can see is now there's a green geofence ring around the boat. So I can set that radius to be bigger or smaller, and if the boat goes outside of that, it'll immediately send alert and start tracking the boat's movements.
Okay.
That's exactly right. Okay, so that all looks good. We'll just go in here and take a quick look. We can see exactly when the unit lit up, and the current voltage is 12.19. So we're going to add some wireless sensors now. We've got high water, entry, and the first one we'll hook up is battery sensor. So let's go ahead and open the box and we'll talk about what is in the box. So there we go, there's our wireless sensor. There's the installation manual, some information cards, And then in this box we have the what we call the tail, which is the actual sensor part.
Okay.
And that's what we're gonna attach to the actual battery.
The battery itself. Got to bring terminals on there.
Exactly. That's
All right.
So there's a few more things in there as well that we're gonna need. So the first thing, we're gonna pull out that Allen key in the battery, and we're gonna install the battery. Okay, so pop off that bracket. Yep. So we'll remove those 4 Phillips head, and that'll open up the case. These are IP67 rated and tested and certified.
That's waterproof, right?
That's waterproof, that's exactly right. Yep. They're O-ring protected. That little tiny hole is a pressure release valve. So these things are really built for the marine industry and built to last. All right, so there's the device. You can see the O-ring in there, completely sealed. So the battery will go in with the flat, smooth side up, and you can see the little positive indicator. Just match that with the positive indicator on the battery. That's the negative side. And then the positive side is this flat one, and usually there's a little plus. Yeah, you can see the little plus, right. So that guy just slides in with the plus side up. There you go. So the next step now that the battery is in will be to plug in the tail, just like that. And then there's 2 Allen bolts in that package. Comes with the Allen key, all the tools necessary to put this together. And that's all there is to it. So the next thing we're going to do is pair the sensor with the unit that's now installed on John's boat. Okay. So I've got my app open. I'm going to go into the settings page. I'm going to go to add wireless sensor. And then all we do is we take the sensor. This is built in. It captures the QR code, which is on the back of the sensor. I'm going to do one last comparison too. So 53DA, so we know it's correct. Yep. We say okay, then we do 2 things. We tell it what it is. So this is, what did we decide this was?
It's a battery.
Okay, this is going to be battery 2?
Say port starting.
Port starting, okay. So we're going to name it
Or port cranking.
PRT crank, C-R-A-N-K. So you can name these anything you want. Bilge, battery, port crank, starboard, anything you want, so that it's meaningful to you. So now I'm going to tell it what kind of sensor it is. This is a battery sensor. I'm going to add that. It's now sending this configuration to the device where it lives residency.
Okay.
Where it lives residently. And that's it. Once this is uploaded, it'll automatically add it to the home page, and we're done.
So you're naming it, so when it comes up, you know what it is, and you're telling it what kind of sensor it is, because I'm assuming most of these are very similar. That's correct. In design.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, they're identical. Okay, so we got the confirmation. Successfully added your wireless sensor. Okay. That's as simple as it gets, and that's all there is to it.
So then once I actually get these terminals hooked up to the battery, we'll be able to get a new reading on the port cranking battery.
That's exactly right.
All right. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get this installed. We got to take a break, and then we'll be right back.
The tool shed's still open, so stick around. ShipShape TV will be back in a flash.
If you'd like to watch today's episode again, go to our website, shipshapetv.com, and watch it free on any device, anytime, anywhere in the world. Tell a boating friend today.
Welcome back. We now have my 32-foot CV kind of as the total connected boat. And that is absolutely due to this gentleman right over here. This is Dan Harper, again, the founder and CEO of Siren Marine. And Dan, what exactly did you have Brian Farrell install? What are we actually monitoring? And apparently this is not only going to be accessible to my cell phone, but up to 4 different people.
That's exactly right.
So Brian, my technician, he's going to know what's going on. Maybe it's a dock master at the marina. But let's start. What all are we monitoring on the CV?
Absolutely. So this is a classic installation. It's very complete. We've got the main MTC unit mounted right behind your Simrad gear in the center console itself.
Right.
We're monitoring all 4 of your batteries independently.
Okay.
So we can see all 4 of the batteries right here on the app. We're monitoring your high water. If the boat should take on water for some reason, you're going to get an alert, an email. And again, as you mentioned, up to 4 people can receive those alerts.
Okay, let's talk about high water. Okay,
let's talk about that.
Can you pan that direction and see where the Aubrey Brothers boat is in proximity to this? Would it be possible to maybe put a high water alarm on that boat, and you call it the MTC?
The MTC,
could
right.
the MTC, being this close to proximity, could it monitor that as well?
Absolutely. Matter of fact, we did that when we were installing the unit, and we've got the wireless high water sensor installed on that boat that's actually talking to the MTC here and publishing right through the app.
So guys that have a tender or something like that,
That's right.
This is a very, very advanced technology and platform. Apparently you're working with a lot of OEMs right now. What's going on with that program?
So when we think about the boat, we think about the stakeholders that are involved with your boat or a boat like this. So anything that's on the NEMA 2000 bus, we're now collecting that data. We can give you access back to your wind data, depth, engine data that's coming across NEMA 2000. We can actually give you engine information directly off the motors. We can give you access to your C-zone system, to your digital switching. We can give you the ability to spin up a gyro. If you had, say, a Seakeeper, for instance, we can actually turn that Seakeeper on, so when you get here, it's already spinning.
Yeah, it takes like a half hour to spool up.
That's right.
Okay, but you could turn on lights, you could start the boat, you could start the air conditioning, all before you even get to the boat. So, so we've got high water alarm, we've got batteries monitored, we've got bilge taken care of. This entryway right here, we've got that reed switch on. I know if somebody's going to break in, try to steal my nice Simrad electronics. One more time, if somebody wants to get the truly connected boat, maybe you're a boat builder out there, I know they're all watching. Okay, how do they get Dan? How do they get Siren Marine? How do they get more information?
It's one of the most exciting programs we've built. We've actually built the program out so that they can incorporate Siren Marine into their build and have a fully branded custom app for CV, for Cobalt, for any builder that wants to participate. They just give me a call and we get them right into the
Dan, I'm telling you, man, you got it going on. We are all out of time, and thank you so much. I am going to have so much more peace. I'm going to be able to sleep at night, okay? And on those big rainstorms, okay, I know the boat's not going to go under. It's going to alert me. I don't have to, both boats. I don't have to worry about that, but we're all out of time. I'm John Graviscus. Again, Dan Harper. We will see you on the next go around. You know, Dan, I was thinking about on one of my other boats, I've got a Pursuit. And what I was really thinking there, what I'd like to, it's got the cutting, you know, it's got a lot of nice stuff.